She dances on the moon, her spirit lifts up with the tune, spreading kindness around the room. She's Katie Moonchild.
Hey everybody! Hi, good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Turn my volume down on my phone. I tell you, one of these days I might remember that. I wasn't playing anything on there, so as far as I knew, it was on mute. Hey, good to see you, Dolly, Jenny. Give everybody a chance to come in. Oh, that was me elbow on me table. I'm in a weird mood today. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay in a positive mood. While all this stuff is going on this week, and today especially, what a powerful day. Stop and think about it. It's April 15th. Mercury goes direct. Yay! Let's celebrate. That was tough. That's the big one for me, can you tell? It's tax day, as well as it's jury selection day. So, yeah. Yeah. And then you get a loud ding. I love it. No, I get everything back. I say, there's the delay. So then I get to hear myself twice, and once is enough. Thank you. I hear myself twice often in my head, but I don't want to hear it coming out of my mouth. Thank you. It's good to see you too, Jenny. Oh, I tell you, just kind of stalling a little, letting everybody come in. I'm not going to be in any hurry to keep this chop it at an hour or whatever. I don't have any appointments. And all I'm doing today after we finish here is I get to work in some resin. So show you my project. I'll just show you what I've started. I've just dusted the mold. I still have to do the resin. But you see those? That is what, that color shift, that's what chameleon mica powders are all about. Going to be fun to see how the resin picks that up, huh? Well, I already started making a video of me painting all that in. That was fun. So the next one is pour the resin, but I got to show you the additive I'm going to put in the background, and it's a special effect. I got to show you when I open it, okay? Because yesterday it went everywhere when I opened it. Oh, let's see if I can get the camera to pick it up. Can you see it? Can get it to see them? Can you see that? That's how fine that glitter is. You see them? They look like orbs, don't they? Oh, Katie had a really powerful live stream this morning. Look at those orbs coming up. They were all over twinkling. Isn't that cool? It's really cool stuff. It's from the same place I get that Crater Lake blue from. This stuff. I can get this stuff. And this is a metallic as well, but it's not like this stuff. This stuff is called diamond dust. And you saw the effect it gives. They designed this stuff to put in countertops and showers and stuff. And when I saw it, I watched them. They have a YouTube channel. It's stone coat countertops. I always want to say stone cold countertops. No, stone coat countertops. They're out of Grants Pass, Oregon, which is not very far from Crater Lake. And they've done a pretty good job at capturing the blue of that lake. It depends on the day you're there. It's a really hard blue to catch. Most artists have always said it's a tough water to color. It's because it's so deep. But anyway, so I'm going to put this in the background. I'm trying to decide if I should use white or black. I don't know. What do you guys think I should fill that in with? White or black? Because if I do white, that'll make this on the back, make it look like snow on the back of it by adding this to it. If I do black, the back of it will have a galaxy effect. So, just see how much I can make jewelry and all kinds of fun stuff with that. And it's really fine. It's everywhere in here now. That's okay. So, 4 shifts in 5 days. You do 12-hour days? I mean, or 4 10s. I think yeah. Most hospitals do it on a 24-hour basis a lot now, don't they? They work you guys hard. Thank you very much for doing what you do, my sweet Jenny. I appreciate you so much. Thanks. Uh, okay, let's see. What are we going to start with? First of all, I want to tell you Wednesday, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock? 5:30. 5:30. Got my cheat sheet card. Yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only. I hope you get entertained. um, Starting Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific, I'm going to do the first live stream for being halfway through the 31-day mindfulness challenge. I really want to know what you guys think about this and what you've learned, and I can't wait for you to see the second half. I just finished doing all of those videos, and let me tell you, I'm lucky, I'm blessed, because I get to do this twice. You use diamond dust in the shakers that you used to make? I still have quite a bit of it. If I can, oh, cool, I'd love that. Awesome. Sure. My other project for today, because I'm going to make a tray sometime in the next couple days, is to wash that broken mirror. All that really fine, crushed up broken mirror. So I have a piece of I'm going to make a sieve because my kitchen sieve is not fine enough. It'll let all the really fine, dangerous glass go through, and that you can get in your hands and your feet and all that. So I want to catch some of that. I want to be able to use some of that if I need to. Depends, on what you're making. If you want to have a geode effect in a piece of jewelry, or say a druzy effect in the jewelry, you want to use the really fine stuff because it has that mirror silvery. A lot of that the mirror has come off of, but yeah, it makes a really cool effect. Aren't they fun? They're I'm having more and more people who are just discovering it now. Well, I was all over the place this weekend. I decided I'd go hang out in some chats. I hadn't done it in a long time, and I kind of wanted to see what people were up to. Besides just stopping in for 5 or 10 minutes worth of lurking and then moving on, and hung out for a while, and it was good. I learned a lot. And people were like, "Well, hi," and I'm like, "Hi." I've only been gone for just, 3 months is all. The rest of the time I've been here. I haven't seen you in a year or more. Don't know what to tell you. I've been here. I've been making videos. We're at today. I think it's 300 and today is 390. I believe what we're doing right now will be 390 when we're done. That's a lot of videos in 4 years. You still don't know where you're going yet, huh? Well, that'll be fun. I hope they tell you before you get in your car. Might be nice to know. Oh, dear girl. Yeah. Well, I hope you come down this direction. It's kind of interesting. You may not want to come to Arizona right now. Lots of protests happening around here. Um, since we have a 120-year-old abortion law now, they're just upholding a law that should have been dropped off the books a long time ago because it wasn't even a law when we weren't even a state when it was made a law. It was just territory. So that is a lot of videos. Well, and that's not counting the other half of the mindfulness challenge that's up there waiting for you guys. Thank you. Oh, good. Dolly, I like what you're saying there. When you get past the shock of what's going on with with what's not working with your body, that's when you can see the lessons. When I quit fighting the fact that I couldn't hold a knife with my hand and I couldn't shuffle cards and I couldn't zip up pants and I couldn't tie my shoes, uh, and I couldn't hold a knife, not even to cut a thin piece of cheese or the corner off cheese, because I didn't have the dexterity and the pressure to pull down because it affected this tendon right here. That tendon was stretched like this far. That's a long ways. So no wonder my hand and all this has been so stiff. But look, I only have 2 more of occupational therapy to go, and then I'm done. Oh, well, I hope. I hope she releases me. I've met one goal, and that's to shuffle cards. So what do you say we start with some? They keep saying New Mexico, but you never know. Yeah, I understand that. I hope you come down this direction. New Mexico is a really interesting state. You'll find that the majority of New Mexico is owned by the federal government. It's either owned by the military or the U.S. Forest Service or the National Park Service. Carlsbad Caverns. You do go to New Mexico, you should take a trip down to Carlsbad. That's to me, that compares with the Grand Canyon. That's a fantastic cave. So yeah, go to Carlsbad. It's incredible. Yes. Oh, when you were mentioning about your mom's surgery, what were you with? I think you were on Sylvia's channel. Nope, it was Shanita's. On Shanita's the other day, you were talking about your mom's surgery, and all I could think of was, and that's why that shower stall reached out and slapped your shoulder because your mom needed you more than you needed that job and the money that you were making. So you also needed to stop being a doer and just, in the mode, I got this obligation, that obligation, I got to do, and become a I want to do. That is the thing. That's what I've become. Now, if I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And I don't know anybody any explanations as to why. I just don't want to do it. Kind of fun. Let's see what our 100 mindful prompts are. When you finally let go of outside validation in other people, which tended to make me very much a people pleaser. So that was very hard for me to let go. When I finally realized it was pretty arrogant of me to think it was all incumbent on me to make sure that everyone I knew and touched and was around was happy. Wow, that's a huge responsibility. And is that a responsibility I even want anything to do with? Since I don't know anything about you guys, all y'all's path. Nope. I barely know my own, okay? Yes, Santa Fe National Forest. Cloudcroft. Beautiful. Oh, and then in New Mexico, of course, we can never forget Ruidoso. Ruidoso. Sounds like you're saying rear dorso, and that's how it's spelled. It's one of the largest quarter horse racing cities in the United States. It's mainly what it's built around. It's built around that and the Mescalero Apache Indian tribe. Guess who owns the horse racing? The tribe. They are probably the most blessed and wealthy of the U.S. tribes, just in the reservation that they were given. It's up in the mountains. They log, do all kinds of stuff to support themselves. So, yeah. Ruidoso, I would live there, except it's like Albuquerque. They get a lot of snow. Santa Fe, there you go. You want a really expensive place that's beautiful? That's a lot of celebrities live there. Greg Braden lives in Santa Fe. So I've been to all those places. I have relatives in Artesia, New Mexico, and that. Yeah, okay, go ahead. You can think it because I'm going to say it. And Roswell. I have 6 cousins in Roswell. And yeah, they were all not born there. They were born in Flagstaff and places, but their kids were born there. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I used to live in Mount Shasta. There's no connection to me and alien energy. Okay. Oh, card for us today is from the idea space category. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. Lao Tzu. Today, be mindful of your words. Be mindful of who you listen to. Wow, I just got. Thank you. I just got it touched by an angel there. Today and this week, we have to be careful and mindful of what we're hearing and what we're seeing. And in the weeks and months ahead, it's just going to get worse. You're going to have to use your discernment and your intuition and trust that, because that's the truth. Your intuition will never lie to you. It will never lead you astray. Always trust that feeling in your gut. Never try to talk it out or talk it away, because it's there for a reason. So, yeah, I guess we're being told to listen. I'm going to add something to that. Listen with your heart, not your head. Because your head's going to be screaming for revenge. And all that does is feed the negative beast, and we don't want to do that. You've been drawn to Reiki to help your elders and don't know where to start. Oh, Jenny, Sonia Rain Lee is one person that I would say, because she's a Reiki master. And her energy is so beautiful and wonderful. Talk to her. Talk to Sonia. Thank you. Talk to Sonia and see what she might have for you. All of her information is on her YouTube channel. Plus, she has a website also. She's a life coach and a Reiki master. So yeah, Sonia is who I would go to. I thoroughly trust that lady. And she just finished doing ceremony this weekend. She posted about it in Instagram, and she had a glow about her. Her aura. And that's one thing I don't do. I can't see your aura. I've tried and tried and tried. Maybe I just try too hard, but I squint, I look out the side, I do the side eye thing. No, no, no auras, not in me. But she had this golden glow around her on her Instagram post in the picture she said, and it wasn't a filter. She looked like she was in complete bliss. You're welcome, my sweet. I'm sure you will find that Sonia is there, and Sonia's terrific. Can you tell she's my friend? it's like Dolly. Oh yes, you want to know about Norse mythology and that? Go see my friend Dolly and my new friend Nils. Okay, let's see what is our crystal for this week to carry on your people. What do we need to know? Oh, that one. Okay. I still don't shuffle these really wide, short, almost square cards very well, but they're coming along. What we got? Oh, it's upside down. Ooh, and I had one here. Oh, it's in a jar. I put all my crystals in one of my resin jars. Let's see if I can find this. Nope, it's not in that one. Those were chakra stones. Oh, there's malachite. That's not quite it. Where are you? Out there. There you are. The card, or the stone, is lapis lazuli, that lovely navy blue with the gold flecks in it. And this is the card. Step up to sovereignty. What a card. Wow. See what the book has to tell us about it. I love lapis. I like the blue stones. I like the green ones too, though, because malachite is one of my favorites. Okay, step up to sovereignty. Sovereignty. Lapis lazuli. It is a Mohs hardness of 5 to 6. Maybe not quite that close, huh? Mohs hardness of 5 to 6. Sovereignty has always, where you bond together, sovereignty has always been about relationships. Lapis lazuli reminded pharaohs and emperors that they ruled in they ruled in accord with the spiritual heavens and the timings of time, the turnings of time. Lapis will lengthen your spine and help you feel your voice. And she expects your actions to match your original regal bearing. Lapis reminds you that no matter who you are a caretaker of yourself, of those around you, and of the earth. You are sovereign in connection with realms of spirit. Lapis lazuli will be your rod and your mantle, but only you can find the inner fortitude to time, to the relationship she helps you embody. So that's why we have the crown and the scepter in this card. Carry a piece in your pocket, or if you've got a lapis lazuli jewelry, carry that with you this week so that it reminds you of your regal sovereignty. You are made of divine stuff, you know? Access your divinity. That's taking it a step farther than sovereignty. You alone are a country. Let's put all these stones back in my jar. You're strong. You can do this. Yeah. He's just a master. Nils is cool. As we're thinking about sovereignty, that can be as us as a group, or as any group you want to be a part of. You can, it's being whole and feeling sacred and having rights and boundaries. It's your right to not have to explain your actions and your feelings. And I'm not saying it's a human right or a constitutional right. I mean, it is a spiritual right. To me, those are the rights that matter. The others all change. So, what is our topic for today? I think so far it's using your throat. Lots of blue. I'm so color oriented like that. My whole life is like that. Yeah, people might misread my red today. I wore red because I'm taking red back, and it is a sovereignty, showing my sovereignty and my commitment to the missing First Nations and Native American women of North and South America. There's too many. And it's got to stop. That's what I wear red for. Has nothing to do with Donald Trump, MAGA, or any of that stuff. Sorry. It's not funny, but I have to giggle, right, or I get mad. So, what's our card for today? Here's our topic for today: soaring. We're not going to be held down by this trial, by the evidence that's going to come out, because I've listened to about 10 different card readers over the weekend that all said massive. We're going to have a whole bunch of secrets coming out that we didn't even know happened. We thought we knew it all. And those of us who are oracles, mediums, whatever, intuitives, we thought we had it all figured out. No, there's big holes in the story that are going to get filled, that are going to curl all of our hair. You wait. I got this so strong. I didn't sleep much this weekend because of the dreams about what was going to be happening in this week and so on. It's going to be very interesting. I am debating on whether I want to watch it or whether I don't. All I can say is this is history happening here. And every time there's ever been anything like this before, I was forced to watch it because my parents watched it. And I think I'll just watch enough to keep up with what's going on. And that's it. I'm not going to like sit with it playing. That you're asking for trouble. You're asking to go down a very dark rabbit hole. Don't go there. It will consume you with your fear. And fear is something that will become like a cancer inside of you when it gets a foothold. You can't get it to go away. So don't let it get there. Oh, yeah. It's go with it. Yes, Dolly. My advice, you know your energy. You know what energy level you're feeling at what moment on what day. If you're not feeling like you want to look at it, don't. Go do something else. They like me. Go play in the mud. I go out in my garden and I've been I have to harvest stuff because my lettuce and things are starting to bolt. They get bitter when they start to produce. When lettuce starts to produce flowers, it gets bitter because it's taking up all the energy to make seeds. And the seeds that I bought are heirloom. So I kind of want it to go to seed so I can collect the seeds so that I'll have more seeds to keep planting them. That's Swiss chard. I have kale, mashi, um, ah, parsley, cilantro, and the cilantro seeds. That's coriander. It's one of the ingredients in curry. Um, use coriander in lots of stuff. So it is funny. People don't like cilantro because with some people it's a genetic thing. It tastes like soap to a lot of people. It's a taste their taste buds. Um, but coriander doesn't, and it's the same plant. It's just the seed of one. You have an elder there that had planned to spend the day in bed watching the news, but I broke her heart. But it broke her heart to hear it wouldn't be televised. They really can't. Um, it's not like the Nixon impeachment. And I'm sure that's probably what your elder was thinking about. Because that's the last time I can remember. I'm not counting OJ. That's the last time we had a governmental trial like thing like this. Yeah, we had it kind of with Clinton, but it wasn't like Nixon's deal. And that's what, when I say my parents forced it on me, because there was no way on earth my mother was going to turn that off. So, yeah, I love them both too. I've been enjoying my cilantro. So, what do we need to know for our actions to make sure we soar this week? First card I'm getting is to breathe. Take time out for you. Please take time out for you and breathe. Uh, you're going to need to breathe. If you don't, you're going to get. Oh, also, you're starting to feel like you get a stomach ache. Let it go. What are you holding on to? Something that is upsetting you. Yes, and like I said, watch with an open heart. Don't watch with your head because your head will take you down the revenge road where your open heart will look for compassion. And look for compassion not only in what the story you're being told, but look for compassion in all the players, including the Orange Menace. I had to say that. I'm sorry. Spirit was like, you can't separate out We can't go down that revenge path as much as we want justice. What's the difference between justice and revenge? Us. Our energy. Revenge is negative. Revenge is what he wants if he gets reelected. I don't think on his lines. And I know you all don't either. So she's a very anti-Trumper. So she wanted to watch him go down like we watched Nixon. I bet she did. If you ask her, I bet you she did watch the Nixon trials. Oh, yes. And I just went ahead and looked at one more card. The reason we're being told to watch, listen, and all that with an open heart is because it's going to affect your heart chakra. But to heal it, you have to look at it through eyes and your heart of love, through your third eye in a place of love, not necessarily your eyes. It's really interesting. Deepak Chopra today had a video, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, on don't trust your eyes. Don't look at the world through your eyeballs. More often than not, this is what I have found. Every time I look at myself through my eyes, or I look at any situation, my ego gets involved and my ego lies. So I think that's where the term comes from, Your eyes will lie to you. It's all in your perception. It's not just the vision you see. And if you're into the Matrix belief and all that, and listen to Dolores Cannon, she goes into background people and stuff that we create in our situations that aren't even real people. Like people walking, like you might be in the mall and there's people clear down at the other end of the mall walking around. I know we don't have many malls. I don't even go shopping anymore. Dolly and I talked about that on Saturday. But you can go anywhere where you're in a big building, say you're at a home improvement store. And there's a lot of people down there at the other end. Most of those people are people you created in your head. They're not even really there. According to Dolores Cannon, that's part of the Matrix. They're just there to make it the creation whole. What you see, you're created. That's another rabbit hole. And we won't go down. We won't go down that rabbit hole. I'm being told that we need a self-care, the sacred self-care oracle card. Because we're going to need some self-care suggestions. So I'm going to pull several from this. I love this deck. It's this one. I need to get the legitimate version too. I use this deck so much. Yes, it's a bootleg copy. I think I got it on eBay. Didn't know what I was getting. No, that's one of the ones that made me really mad because it was a daily deal on Amazon that it was a sale. No, it's a bootleg copy. I think it was like $9.99 or something like that. And I should know. If a deck is that cheap and it's not coming directly from the publisher, it's bootleg. Oh, that one jumped out. Okay. Chanting. As a part of your meditation, going into meditation or coming out of meditation, just chant. I like to hum until my third eye right here. It'll buzz. If you take a good breath in breathing to soar, you can make the om sound and do it, and it's om, not om. Om closes your throat down, but if you go om, it opens it up back there. You do that, and you do that in different octaves, different. I sing it to the point where in the I can vibrate it enough. It'll actually make my nose and my glasses vibrate. So I wish you could feel my forehead when I do that. That is a form of chanting. Of course, the Om, when you're chanting Om, and you can chant anything. Pick an affirmation, one that you really want to come true, and use that in your next meditation as the chant that you run through your head. It's been so long since I've been in a mall, and it's kind of sad because my favorite cheesesteak place is in the food court at the mall. That's closest to me. We have several malls here in Tucson, and they're all in business too, active. And we have lots of strip malls, but lots of those strip malls are empty. I couldn't believe it. I had to go across town to see my oncologist the other day. Well, to do the blood test to see the oncologist tomorrow. And I couldn't believe the restaurants and businesses that are gone. Just boarded up and gone. I was after 9/11. I couldn't go fully into the mall to shop because the first person that would come up to me from a store with a free sample of something, I would be like this, get away from me, get away. As soon as I open the door to go into anywhere where there's a large group of people, I get all of their energy, all of their emotion, everything hits me like a brick. I mean, it's a wave is more like it. And I almost have to shut the door and hold my breath and open it again. But I have learned when I grab the door is when I hold open, do the breath as I open the door. Then I don't get bombarded. But I can't stay in there very long. So the food court, hi, Shanita. The food court usually, is right near one of the outside entrances. And that's as far as I'll go. And that's just to get a cheesecake. Benny Loco. Hey, girl. Just to get a cheesesteak. Well, guess what? Uber Eats, yeah, Grubhub, and DoorDash. All three deliver those cheesesteaks now. So I don't have to go to the mall anymore. Not like I went there for a long time. Anyway, let's give us another self-card. What else can we do besides chanting in our meditations for self-care? I do know chanting. In this card, you see the spiral going from the base of her spine to her head. That represents Kundalini energy. You want to balance that. You want to keep that balance because believe you me, Kundalini purges are not fun. It's like getting a stomach flu out of nowhere. And then the only thing that you want to eat is what Kundalini wants. Weird. Anyway. Oh, I'd like that. Soak in a bath. Fix your favorite candles. Make your atmosphere beautiful. Get yourself a glass of wine or your favorite beverage. Pour some wonderful oils or suds in the water. And when things are coming at you and it's just too much for you to handle, shut it all off. Find your favorite music and go sit in the tub. Even if you need to be Ophelia and, put your head under so all you hear is your heartbeat and the water. Sometimes it's the only way you can shut it all out. You'll also notice, look at the number down there. That's a 10 card. It's the end of a cycle. I felt it this morning so strong. You need to get an outdoor bath like I got. Let me tell you, I got one of those Japanese soaking tubs. It's not quite warm enough here for me to set it up, but we're getting close. We've already had a couple of days in 90-degree weather. But the ground needs to get warmer to warm up the water. I fill it up with. I'm not into the ice plunges, but that's what it's designed for. I use it for baking soda and Epsom salt soaks. As a matter of fact, when I saw the aliens, that's what I was doing, was filling up my soaker tub. Well, I heard them and then saw them. Saw the one. One more. Here we go. And when the news gets too much for you, the talking heads get too much for you, read about it. Or just find a good book and escape. I'm trying to peek at my booty. Well, let me tell you, from what I gather from Dr. Gale, it's not the first time they've come through my yard. My yard is a safe passage, so they come through here all the time, according to her. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Anyway, I'll tell you the story of that here in just a second. Read. If you hear something that you're going, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense to me. That's not logical, or why didn't they report on that? Or dig. Start digging, start researching, and go to reputable sources that are non-biased in any way. Read and research. Or, like I said, if it's all too much for you, find a good spiritual book to teach you something new. Hay House right now has been having a 40% off site-wide sale. That's books, audio, and cards. So if you want a new book to read, gosh, there's so many to help you raise your vibes and learn something new. And since they're the publisher, you can trust that it's not bootleg. I've gotten, my Enchanted Map deck is one that I use every Saturday for my Saturday solutions. That particular deck, I think it was 70% off. I only paid like $11.99 for it. That's a $25 deck. Hay House had it on sale. It's not quite the same quality as like the ones that I see other readers have, but that's okay. It's okay. The side, and what it is the back of it is different. I don't care about the backs. Unless the back has the message in it too. Right? So, you read a lot of books. It is a great diversion, especially, I'm a novel writer, so when I say I read a book a day, I read a novel a day. I sit down and start it when I'm going to go to sleep, and I won't fall asleep until it's done. And it's usually, because it's playing, I'm not reading, because let me tell you a little secret. One of these people, whether I'm standing in the corner, sitting down, or laying down, if you put a book in front of me to hold and read, I get so engrossed in it that I take off into dreamland really easy. Oh dear. So I want to do some affirmation type cards for us. So who wants a card? Okay, the cards that I want to use. I have the Therapets, the Happier Me, Louise Hay, and a Mindful Problem Solver. Anybody who wants a card. Otherwise, I'm just going to start pulling out of a deck. You read on your flights home, and then my crazy family gets on my nerves. Oh, honey. I spent 11 years taking care of my mom, who was my best friend, but she had dementia. And she would do some really crazy stuff. My escape was in my Kindle. It's the whole reason I bought the darn thing. And now I've upgraded it twice. Oh, yeah. I got thousands of books in my Kindle library. Because I used to be a member of Kindle Unlimited as well. And if I decided I want to keep the book, I would buy it. I don't know why. I'm one of these people that once I read the book, I won't ever pick it up again. So, I'm going to start us out with the Louise Hay, since we were talking about Hay House. You want a card, Jenny? We'll give you a Louise Hay card. How's that? Does that work? Works for me. This deck's fun to shuffle because it's so little. Oh, somebody else I'd like to suggest that you might want to watch this morning. She'll give you more confidence in what's going to happen this week is the Revealing Light Tarot and Astrology, Marianne. She has, since I don't know if you know anything about her, she's used to be a respected investigative journalist in Australia, and she has quite a podcast and stuff, but she's got her finger exactly on what's going on. As a matter of fact, she brought up a few things I hadn't even thought about. So, you totally need a card? Pick you a card? Okay. Pick me a caddy, but don't scratch the fenders. Okay, sweet. Love you, Betty. Oh, good grief, girl. Okay. Jenny. This is for about you and your family. When I make a mistake, I realize that it's only a part of the learning process. And as I am doing that, I must understand, as I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. And you won't have to hide in a book when you go home in between your assignments. Oh my goodness, girlfriend. That's funny. I'm going to get you another card. That's good, though. Aww. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Oh. I love it. This is for all of us. I'm not responsible for other people. We are all under the law of our own consciousness. It's no fun being a victim. I refuse to be helpless anymore. Claim your power. Wow, is that an appropriate card for all of us today? Holy cow. And I'm hearing for Benny. Oh my goodness. The growth mindfulness card. Sorry. Came with a business card with a thank you when I bought it. This is the only deck of cards I've ever bought that came with a plastic box. That's good. I'd take it with me camping and all kinds of places. This is a cool little deck too, because it gives you exercises to do. It's written in an odd font though. that's a little hard to read. So, especially when you're over 40 and your reading glasses keep sliding down on your nose. Okay. Yes, I'll take that one. I keep going until I know it's my best work. If at first you don't succeed, keep going. Because every foot step forward is still forward. And I know you. By the way, I saw your video with the EMF reader, my dear. And that's cool. So keep going and do that, Benny. Keep doing that until you know it's your best. What has motivated, and this is the cards it's asking and tasks to go with it. What has motivated me to do my best work this week? Ooh, that's a good one. How do I feel after I've done my best work? Me, usually it's like, I'm through with that. Time to try something else. When I finally get it where it's my best work, I know I'm done. Stick a fork in it. How do I celebrate or reward myself for doing my best? Can I recall a time I wish I had worked harder on something? What prevented me from giving it my best, and what was the outcome? How did it make me feel? If at first you don't succeed, keep sucking until you succeed. I love it. Girlfriend. Exactly. Keep going till you do your best work. And the one that was right underneath it, I'm going to give too. It's perfect. It's perfect. I improve every day because I keep learning. How many of you, when you were in school, when you were in high school, I was like, I can't wait till I get through with college because then I don't have to do school anymore. Because I went directly from high school to college and so on. School never stops. Whether you're doing it in front of a peanuts teacher, or whether you're having to learn it on your own, school never stops. I'm not even going to read the little things that go behind that. Just know this. You're improving every day. I think what you're doing with your desert urbex, my dear Benny Loco, you guys go over and check Benny out. Benny's a lot of fun. Yeah. Your best is never good enough. Well, you know what? Who is the one judging what's good enough? You or somebody else? Yeah. When you stop, yeah, exactly. When you stop learning, it's time to pull the dirt in the hole. I wonder where we get that idea, And when we're in school, it's like, teachers, school. Yeah, yuck. Can't wait where I don't have to go to school anymore. And you never realize that, especially if you go into some kind of a professional field or something, you're constantly updating that all the time. Yeah, exactly, Jenny. In her profession, you learn new stuff every day. She's a nurse. She better. Oh my goodness! I hope you're keep up on things because yeah, that's life and death in some cases. Which I know Jenny would do that because that's Jenny. Let's pull some of these. I haven't used these in a live before, and I love what these cards say. I know Benny's learning new stuff all the time because I know who Benny cares for. And as you're learning about diabetes, and stubborn individuals. I love you, Rand. I get it. I'm one of those. I once had an A1C of 15. You want to talk about denial about my diabetes? Anyway, I was on my way to go blind at the rate I was going. It scared the crap out of me. Yeah, started paying attention. They also put me on insulin because of that. Where before I was just on metformin. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, our beautiful pets. Feeling worried doesn't mean anything bad is going to happen. You're going to get through this fine. You always find a way. Dolly and I were talking about that yesterday. Or was that this morning, Dolly? I think that was this morning earlier. No matter how things turn out with the trials, with election, with the shift, so much is changing right now. Please understand, everything, no matter what, will always work out for the best in the end. You have to keep that as your focus, because if you don't, the worry and the fear will embed itself in you. And once it's there, it takes your life over. It's really hard to shut it down. Yes, isn't that beautiful? And the red panda. That's one of my favorite Walt Disney movies. Oh my God! I just pulled up the second one. Look what the critter is again. You are worth taking care of. Red panda. My goodness. That makes me want to cry. Like, that made me tear up. Because, they're endangered. Yeah, twice. Kind of a message in that you're unique, you're special, you're rare, and you could go extinct. Because there's only one of you. You are worth taking care of, because you're going to make it through this, because you always find a way. And if you feel like you can't see that way, you need a different perspective, I'll talk to you. I'm here. I am here. I'm going to pull one more. Oh, it's an otter. Yes, this is our spirit message to take us out today. When you think of a river otter, what do you think of? All I ever think of, I got a whistle in my breath. All I ever think of is, don't they ever grow up? All they ever do is play and romp. And, I'm not talking about sea otters. I'm talking about the river otters. Because they're always chasing each other and, swimming and having a grand old time. They make me laugh whenever I see anything that is going to be in nature that has something about river otters. It's like, yes, you got to watch this. Keep that in mind. They're playing. No matter how old they are, they never lose that sense of play. So this card is a river otter that is telling us, don't focus on success or failure. Just focus on effort. Focus on trying. I need this today. Oh boy, do I need this today, as it's my first venture back into epoxy resin this afternoon after I talked myself out of it over the weekend. Yesterday was a Murphy's Law kind of day. Everything that was, you could tell the end of Mercury retrograde. Everything could go wrong yesterday will. I was going to use my new bread machine for the first time. plugged it in, did the burn off. You know, you're supposed to burn it off because it's new. It worked great. All the functions and everything were kind of sluggish, but they worked. I take the little square, bucket pan thing out that they tell you to take it out to put the ingredients in because you don't want to get the ingredients on the burner because they'll catch fire. Flour, yeah, catches fire. So I put all my stuff in. I put the water in first, then the butter, and then the dry stuff, and then the last thing was the yeast. And I take it back and put it back in the bread maker. I close the lid. I plug it in. Nothing happens. There's no power. Nothing. Oh, must be the plug. Okay, because I was using a surge protector. So that we're going to go and find us a direct plug. But first I came in here and I put it on this table to see if that surge protector if it was the fact it was plugged into but it had worked before plugged into the surge protector. So I went ahead, tried it in here. Same thing, nothing. Took it in the kitchen. I plugged it into the electrical outlet on my stove. Nothing. Yeah, they are. Very highly flammable. And you'd know too, wouldn't you, dear? Yeah. Benny used to be a first responder. Uh anyway, I'll leave it up to her to let you know which kind. Uh yeah, there's nothing there. Won't start. So wasted all the yeast, wasted all the butter, wasted all the ingredients because by the time I got through with that, the water had lost its heat. So I couldn't even like mix it together to bake it in the oven because it would have made a wonderful brick. Or a stepping stone. Yeah, that's it. A stepping stone. Because that's the only way I can make bread. So I was mad. So I go on Amazon and I look, do they still have them? Do they still sell them? Because more often than not, you have some problem like that. All of a sudden, they don't have them on there available for sale anymore. Don't know when they're coming back. Not the case. So the new one arrives on Tuesday. I'm going to get this one back. And all I'm doing is dumping out. Sheriff's deputy. Yeah, baby. Bless you, my dear. Oof. I'm glad it didn't, and I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're my friend, and us desert rats need to meet somewhere in between and get together and have some fun. You know that? I keep thinking about that so much, especially when we're in like Stoney's chat together or something. I'm like, we really aren't that far away from each other. Maybe 6 hours. I can rent a car and drive there in 6 hours. Boring as hell, but yeah. Hey, you can come this direction too when you want to cool off a little. Oh, I was so mad. Oh, I was mad. Poor Dolly. I was like, well, my bread machine doesn't work. That's just fine because I had this recipe for buttermilk bread. I was so, I could just taste it. I had macaroni and this was my comfort food for yesterday. A macaroni and cheese with hamburger and green onions and homemade mac and cheese. And I thought, ooh, bread and butter with nice hot buttermilk, homemade buttermilk bread. Glass of milk. That'd be a perfect meal. Now I've not even lost my appetite. I had to force myself to eat that macaroni and cheese. Oh, you can see me using a lot of descriptive words. Yeah. Actually, it was pretty good. That F word is the one that flies out so much. But, sometimes the only word that's appropriate. Nothing makes you feel better than saying really hard. Don't want to oh, fuck it. Oh, you guys, I love you so much. You're so fun. Don't forget, Wednesday, doing a live. We're just hanging out to shoot the shit. on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the 31-day mindfulness challenge. And don't worry about it if you haven't gotten a chance to start it. We're about halfway through. There's plenty of time. You can go back. As a matter of fact, I think I'll release the playlist early. I'll go ahead and release it on Wednesday after the live stream. Just don't cheat by looking ahead. It's really hard not to, but that way people who are just coming in can start at the beginning and they don't have to like search all over my page looking for them all. Although it's good to have them search because there's just one or two videos there to look for. There's only 390 videos on there. I've been busy. Yes, and oh, good. I wish you could be there, Miss Jenny girl, but you know we'll be talking to you like you're right here with us, okay? And Dolly, yes, Dolly is live with her coffee and talk tomorrow morning at 10 and Thursday too, Dolly. You going to be there both days? I hope. That's always fun. That's always a hoot. We have a good time. And oh, you're off tomorrow, Jenny. Yeah, you can join us. That's always fun. And cool. And Thursday. And then don't forget, Sonia Rain Lee is also on Friday with her coffee. She's not always there every Friday, but definitely go check out her channel. And definitely, Jenny, go talk to her about Reiki. And if she doesn't know someone, if she can't help you learn it, she will definitely know someone who can. So thank you so much, you guys. Yes, Team Morning Positive Start. That's what we are. This is Get the Week Going with me. Monday does not have to be manic. It can be grounded too, which if you'd like, I can start us with a grounding. But it's kind of hard to do as people are filtering in. You know what I mean? Carrie managed to do it. Carrie holding space. Anyway, here's our final message. It's the night time of our idea space card. Simply because something is well known doesn't make it true. Simply because something is not known doesn't make it fake. And who said that? Clement Decor? Decor? What's one thing you think is true that everyone else thinks is false? Ooh, that's fun. Simply because something is well known does not make it true, and simply because something is not known does not make it false. I will post this on my community page like I do every week. And I apologize last week, but Chrome shut me down before I could give you the nighttime one. Aliens are among us. I think we are them too. I've been learning a lot about what the term starseed means. Don't be so afraid of aliens. You're one. Because if you believe in reincarnation, how do you know that you only reincarnated? I'll get my mouth to work. On this planet. I'll leave you with that to think. I love you guys. Hey, do a random act of kindness today as you're doing your touch. I love you all. You be wonderful, good people like you are. And you know I'm here for you when you need me. Best place to get a hold of me is direct message me through Instagram, or you can send me email as well. I respond to both. I respond to a lot of things that maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, I love you guys. Be kind to one another. Take care of each other. And yeah, we're going to make it through this. We really are. I really appreciate you guys. And bear with me while I do this outro and see if the timing will work. Love you. Bye bye now.